Here, we are live and available. Wave to all the happy people. Welcome everybody to Singularity
Hello, Twitch.
Roleplay. What? Oh, hi Twitch. Yes.
Keep going. Don't worry.
Welcome everybody to Singularity Roleplay. Tonight we are jumping back into Henshin-A-Go-Go. When we last left off, our players had gotten their coins. One of them had gotten a mysterious business card from Void Inc., and they were facing down a couple different enemies, so to speak, as Locke jumped into the fray to save them from what was going on. Before we jump into the story, I will go ahead and let our players introduce themselves, and we will start in overlay order. And looking at that is going to start with Zarka.
Hello everybody, I am Meg or Meg Mysteria. I get to bring back Zarka, my tried and true green henshin baby, who's been here since the very beginning and is worse off for it. She's got some things. She's got some issues.
Got some things.
Next, like Janie stepped away, let's throw it too. Out.
Hey, what up, party people? It's your boy, Alan, the all-seeing eye, and today I'm reprising my role as Killian, the shirtless skater boy who likes to cause trouble. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I guess that goes down to our red engine.
Yes, hello, I am Tate Washburn, and today I will be playing Raz, the large jock Red Ranger, who I think is realizing that he doesn't like to let anyone do something that he could maybe do better.
Guess we'll have to see how that goes for him. And of course, we have Janie Potts as our pink henshin. She is back and forth, having to do some personal things between the screen and home. So we will let her jump in when she gets back. As of right now, the scene, the wonderful scene. When we last left off, you all had run outside to basically 3 different scenes going on. You had one set of henshin fighting to your left, another set of henshin fighting to your right, and then a giant ladybug-looking henshin thing aiming down at you guys, basically straight down from where you were. If I remember correctly, you guys attempted to transform. You were unable to, and that's when you saw that Locke had kind of come to your rescue. He had jumped in to go toe-to-toe with the enemy. And that's kind of where we'll pick up. As you guys are looking at these 3 different scenes, these 3 different battles going on, clearly you're all very much in danger. You've just been visited by Enigma, who has left you guys a business card for Void Inc. Still not quite sure what that is, but it's something to go off of. And in front of you is a ladybug-looking henshin. They are not looking too friendly. If you look up at the buildings behind the henshin, you do see there is a cloaked figure kind of sitting at the top of this building watching these 3 fights as they are going on. And in front of you is Locke, sword drawn, silver armor, just going toe-to-toe with the ladybug, trying to basically push back so that you guys can get to safety. And we'll start there. We'll start with Killian. What's Killian's thoughts as he's watching all of this play out?
Killian's excited he's watching all this fighting going on. He's watching this chaos, and he's just like, oh, I want to get in on this. And he's gonna, like, if it doesn't look like somebody's gonna actively stop him, he will start running in there.
I mean, Raz will kind of... If the person in the actual Power Ranger suit is here to handle this, he is going to sort of not hold Killian back completely, but still, like, hand on shoulder, like, hey, maybe You guys have made these coins work before. Can you like do that?
Um,
I don't know how this works.
hmm.
Also, does the
Honestly-
cloak person look familiar to us out of character? Is it the cloaked figure or?
Yeah, you all recognize that that's the figure that delivered your coins.
Then Raz is also going to yell at him, "Hey, how does this work, the coin thing? You didn't give me an instruction manual or nothing."
He just kind of you can't really see his face, of course, because he's got the hood pulled up, but you do see the head kind of cock parrot-like it's listening out of kind of like that curiosity that like parrots do when they like cock their head and like get all close. He like cocks his head and it just kind of is like looking at you, and then he just kind of does like that shrug. He just kind of like lifts both hands and shrugs.
All right, that's less than helpful. You two have a plan. I'm ready to hear it.
Hey, the last time we went through this, right? We were in danger.
That you were.
And so the last time we did this, if we were in danger, it should activate the coin. Right, Zerka?
Oh yeah, you're here.
One way or another, the coin has to resonate with you to work. And I don't know why it's not working. I've had this for a while now. It should...
You know what?
Like,
It's good. It's fine. We got this. We got this. And I'm just going to pick up my skateboard and start running again.
I really want to make sure he doesn't die. Resonate how? 3-word summary.
It likes you.
Excellent.
You said 3 words.
It's fine. And I mean, Raz doesn't want Killian to get squished like a bug by a bug, so he is going to follow if he can.
All right, let me look something up here. Real quick, I need to grab something here.
By the way, if it matters at all, he's definitely yelling Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, that's gonna get you nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna get you dead.
This is... Reminder,
Yeah, that
everybody,
raid didn't
get
go
your
well.
D20s.
I am
that's right.
looking for... I had it saved.
Yeah, I'll get to see how messy my room is for a second, but that's fine.
Okay, so let me look at... No. Thank you, I don't need the stock symbol. Alright, so... I'm trying to think of the best way to... Y'all have given your coins, but y'all haven't really examined those coins, have you?
I mean, Rez isn't super smart, but he would have definitely looked it over on his way back.
I'm really
So-
studying it now that it's not working.
You would have noticed, if you looked it over on your way back, looking at the coin, the symbol on that coin is like 4 interlocking squares that look Celtic, with a dot in the middle of each of those squares.
Okay.
Something like... well, let me do this. Probably not. I'll have to do it like this real quick. So, on your coin, you are seeing...
Uh-huh. I see it. Thank you.
Yes.
Audience cannot, but...
And then for Meg's coin, it was... I gotta remember how you spelled his name. Tate. It was Lugh, correct?
Hmm?
For Lou.
Yeah, it's Lou.
Meg, on your coin, you are seeing also what looks to be a number of Celtic knots interlaced together.
Ooh.
And I don't know how I'm going to describe that one. And if Killian has stopped to examine his coin, which I don't know that he has, being that he has decided to just charge in.
I mean, if somebody shouted at him, just stop and look at the coin, I would.
Raz doesn't have the presence of mind for that. Sorry.
Don't rush in. You just need to stop and figure it out.
Fine. Just pull out the coin and start looking it over.
Your coin is like a circle, and then like a T connected to that circle with what looks like wings coming off of the circle.
Ooh.
And Janie's was... Ooh, that's an interesting... I don't know if I can make that O symbol. Okay, yeah, so I can kind of describe Janie's, but Janie's, without Janie here, kind of pointless. Yeah, so you guys notice these symbols on your coins, and you're not really feeling, like, you're feeling energy from the coin, like, oh, I've got the coin, there's some power here, but it's just not resonating with you.
So I have more time. How does it like us? Like, I have more than time for more than 3 words now.
It feels like it's like lightly pulsing, so it's kind of like a faint heartbeat.
Okay. So I meant more in character.
I don't know how to really explain it other than the first time it was almost instant and kind of ruminating, thinking out more the story of the Gorgon. I was a Medusa or a Gorgon initially, and it related back to a species, like an alien species of Gorgon. You resonated with the memories, and you got powers that way. But
Still not.
No, sorry. This is the most dormant that I've seen them, outside of not carrying them.
Huh. Well, not a bad place to start, but I would like to see those 3 fights that are going on. How are they going?
So the one to the left, which would have been Zarka, and then a Henshin in blue and a Henshin in orange. So you're looking at a Henshin that looks like it may have been a Medusa green. It's got like a Medusa kind of like snakes on the helmet. An orange like bull, so kind of like a minotaur, and then like a blue and white suit, very reminiscent of a sphinx. And they're handling it okay. They seem to be pinned behind a car. The green henchman is painting something with this giant looking paintbrush. as this thing is charging up another blast of like sound waves to shoot at them. The scene on the right, you see the Henshin are down. So what looks to be Killian, Ellie, and Zarka are down. Looks like they've got blasted pretty hard. And the red Henshin is just kind of standing there staring blankly at the ladybug thing with like a battle axe kind of like on his shoulders, just kind of standing there, like not really doing anything, as it looks like that thing is charging up another blast. And then the battle in front of you, it looks like Locke has got it pretty much handled. He's going toe to toe. It doesn't look like he's slowing down, but it also doesn't look like the ladybug is tiring much either.
Think Raz leads a certain small thought to causal time bullshit, and then decides, it's like, all right, I'm gonna help Killian and past Killian and this other Red Ranger. Killian, you help past Zarka. Zarka, you help here and now. I don't know how time works. Go, and he is gonna run off and try and save the people on the right who look like their Red Ranger is freezing up.
So as you start running towards that group, you feel resistance. Like you get through the parking lot, but as you get towards this, like where the street meets the parking lot, you feel like a barrier, like a wall, like you can't pass through.
Unless there's a clear reason or method around it, Raz is gonna just try and muscle his way through. Like he is observant, but he's not smart. So
like you're like Raz is like pushing his shoulder in, and it feels like it's giving way, and then almost like a rubber band, you kind of like bounce back.
Well, then what the hell you want me to do? He says to the coin, mostly just yeah.
The coin, you'll notice at the corner of the coin, there is like a faint, very faint light pointing in the direction of Killian.
My version Killian, not past Killian that got his ass kicked.
Yeah, your version Killian.
Whoa. Killian doesn't get his ass kicked, all right? He just gets sucker punched to unconsciousness.
That's your face on the pavement over there, so I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Maybe running back, I guess. I don't know how far I got or how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, if you want to run back, it's not too far. It's
Which is the coin is pointing at him, so it's like I'm gonna follow this coin then, see if it's giving me anything.
The closer you get to Killian, the more rapid that heartbeat pulse starts to feel.
Playing hot and cold with somebody.
Group hug?
I'll never say no to that. Doesn't seem useful, but
Just big old arms wide open for everybody.
Hey, what are we doing?
Hugging it out, apparently.
the coin's pointing at him. Receive hug. Anything? Nothing? You're kind of sheepish that the fight's going on. We can't do shit about it.
Killian would
Hand
notice
him the coin.
that his coin is also pointing at Tate, at
Raz.
Come
Did
on,
we
really
get the
hug it
wrong
out.
one?
Really
No,
hug
no.
it out, buddy.
Did we get the wrong ones? And sort of gesture his outward.
Guess let's try swapping.
As you guys touch the coins in each other's hands, you feel like pulsing energy. Just it's almost like a static shock, just kind of like shoot through you.
Holy shit! There it is.
There's what? Ungrounded power lines?
Sure, we'll go with that.
As Raz looks at his feet, he does see an ungrounded power line.
Raz, you killed us. How could you?
Well, that's it. Everybody has died from electrocution.
Welcome to Speak It Into Existence, the game.
Killian, as you grab the coin from Raz, you feel the same thing, but you also feel an unknown sucker punch just knock you out.
Do we see anything?
No. You hear like a frequency, I guess. Like, I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. It's like a sound wave, almost. Very concentrated, shot towards you guys, hit Killian.
Okay, so we see him fall or get knocked unconscious.
Yeah, you see him kind of like fly back, and yeah, he looks kind of dazed.
I'm gonna go punch what did it.
Well,
Turn to source of the knocking out.
so as you look kind of like along the parking lot, you see that whatever had traveled towards you guys and hit Killian left like basically like it dug into the parking lot, like it dug up the cement. So you can follow it back to the fight between Locke and the ladybug.
The one that he told us to stay out of, and we don't have the power to do much about, that he seems to have mostly handled.
Yep, that would be the one.
Well, obviously he doesn't have it mostly handled. If there's stray blasts hitting people...
So, were you able to get the coin from Killian? Do you
Yeah,
have the coin?
They managed to
Yeah, we
swap
swapped.
coins.
Okay. Is the coin more active now?
Yes, the coin is very like it's like wildly beat, like very excitedly beating heart. Like you just met the love of your life for the first time. Pitter patter, like breathless heartbeat.
I'm glad that you like me, but I could really use something a little more useful than that right now.
We'll have to try saying Henshin to see if it'll work.
Oh, see, that's the kind of thing I was really asking for when I asked for it. And he will just sort of stop there.
The thing that
Henshin!
she said last session, like, blatantly.
No, you all just said Henshin, it didn't work, not this is how you activate it. Raz doesn't know if you have to, like,
She
clench
did,
your butt
though.
cheeks or nothing like that.
I mean, you could.
I also forgot that was the thing that happened last session.
You could try clenching your butt cheeks. See how
He
it
already
goes.
has raised a coin and said Henshin. That was not in character. That is not. That's me responding to that. He's also lifting it like He-Man raising sword, kind of, is the best that he's got.
So your He-Man raising sword, just yelling Henshin.
Yeah.
All right. So as you do that, out of nowhere, you see this like camera crew, on kind of like on rails, kind of surround you. They're spinning around you as you're kind of like spinning around on this stage. Light crashes down on you, and you start to see armor forming on your body. And I'll let you describe how you picture that armor to look.
It's, I think, still like a very classic Henshin armor where it is solid pieces that don't like have buckles or anything, but it is shaped like it is old, like pre-Roman leather and metal straps. Again, it's all one solid piece, but it's shaped that way. The helm is has that sort of like Viking helmet's the wrong word, but like a winged helmet sort of look to it. The Celtic knot that was on his, because that's the coin I have now. Like whatever symbol was on that coin is on the mask, and there's a sort of red cloak that is tied up around his shoulders, almost like one of those big scarf type things, just draped off the back. And yeah, that's the armor.
Awesome. And as
Pretty much a solid red, shades of red.
Awesome. So yep. So you are henshined out as that camera crew and that light starts to fade. Everybody can see that Raz is now in a henshin form. He's got this helmet. Looks like it's got wings kind of coming through the back, and then on the top, like from the forehead, kind of going back, is this Celtic knot. Really nice looking cloak. Also with the Celtic knot on the back of it, as you can see, kind of like draped over like the shoulder, and then kind of like the light is still kind of glowing, and you'll see it's forming a spear in his hand. So he's got a spear now that comes out to this very wicked looking jagged edge sort of point, and that point is like split in the middle. So it's kind of like almost like a dual-headed spearhead.
A bident?
Kind of, yeah. You would kind of hear in your head, and you kind of get this feeling that your spear is named the Gay Bolg.
There's a moment of just pause and wonder of like, that's not at all what I imagined that. Internally, like, that's not at all what I imagined that transformation would be. But he shakes it off. He's like, all right, hopefully your coin works now. I'm going to help our silver friend here, and I'm going to run in, and I think that maybe some other players should handle a bit before we get into that.
Fair enough.
Killian's still kind of recovering from being sucker punch knocked out. So while he's getting to his feet, I'm going to pass it off to either Zarka or Ellie. Because, yeah, he doesn't get his ass whooped. He just gets knocked out.
I don't know, man. You hit the pavement. That's all that matters, I think.
Ellie, take a look at your coin.
Yeah, so Ellie, you would notice that your coin there's like a very faint light on that coin, and it's pointing towards Zarka.
What about Zarka's coin?
It would be the same. Very faint light pointing towards Ellie.
Sorry. Yeah, I just look at the coin like I don't know what I'm looking at for a second.
So both of our coins are glowing, and the glow is pointing towards each other.
Am I supposed to give you the coin? Or
Trade with me.
okay. I'll trade. Did we get the wrong ones?
I guess I got mixed up. Intentionally, I'm sure.
So as you trade
Okay.
coins, again, you both feel this like pulse of energy, like a downed power line shooting through you. But Zarka, you notice your coin starts to change, and the symbol that was on it starts to change into a face with snakes for hair.
Seems very... Well, I don't remember what our original coin looked like.
I would have to go back and dive into that episode.
I don't know. Now we're getting somewhere familiar. Jaya clenches her hand around the coin and says Henshin.
Yep. As you say Henshin, again, that camera crew out of nowhere just kind of pops up out of the ground. You find yourself spinning on a stage, magical girl anime style transformation sequence, and the armor that starts to form is very, very familiar to you.
Yay! I have a notebook with it.
We do. Oh, there is a notebook with it.
There's a notebook with it. So, the armor that forms is all one piece, although its form is differentiated by, well, yes, there's the helmet that's got the wreath of snakes on it, and then swirling, not quite tribal, but more Greco-Roman filigree going down the chassis and the arms. I have it on a notebook.
Ooh.
This is the OG Henshin crew. Ignore that part, but
Do I have the picture here? See if I can find.
All y'all in your previous time traveling shenanigan lives. Complicated. Couldn't be me.
And it could be. You'll find out. You'll find out soon enough.
No, it never will.
find out.
Confuse it.
Seeing as how you
Definitely wasn't a commercial of Adult Roz selling Wheaties or something. Just last episode.
It just means Roz became an all-star athlete.
What about Ellie?
Yep, we are to Ellie.
And I'd assume Killian.
Yeah, or Killian,
Have that.
whoever wants to jump into this.
I don't know.
Oh well, I guess I'll go. He'll slowly get up, trying to like shake off the probably moderate concussion that he just received. And go, oh right, the thing, Henshin, and he'll start doing his transformation.
And as the transformation starts, you get your armor up to your pants, and then you get like shoulder pads and kind of like the kind of like in Power Rangers, like the Green Ranger, like shoulder. They have a name for it, but I can't think of it. Like
A mantle?
kind of, yeah. And then your helmet forms. If you want to describe how you would.
So of course I'm shirtless. I also feel like the shoulder pads might be like fur or some kind, but his helmet would likely either be Spartan-esque with that slotted window down the middle, or it would be the like 12th century Byzantine style helm, but it's got like the full face plate. And then there's like the rune that is on his coin is right there at the top of the forehead. Fair
enough. And yes, you notice that your armor is incomplete. You do not have a shirt. It just didn't form.
He is not bothered by this. He is 100% not bothered by this.
And on your back, much like with Raz, you feel something almost like a weapon, kind of like right in the middle of your back. And it, if you want to reach back and grab that, we can describe.
Yeah. So I reach back and grab whatever this thing is. So whatever it is, it's going to be sweet.
You reach back to grab that weapon. You come back with a kitchen knife.
Huh. Interesting.
So it's almost like
big kitchen knife?
Your Henshin transformation is incomplete.
Well, time to go Vorpal Cleaver on him.
What you doing?
And that just leaves Ellie.
Yeah, I guess I just realized what else has happened, so I just say Henshin to my coin.
All right. And that wonderful camera crew, which is seemingly popped up for all of you, once again pops up and starts to form this pink armor around you. I'm trying to think of... I am not entirely familiar with Oba, so I'm not sure what symbols she would have. If you want to,
It says like lightning,
okay.
sword, or machete. I don't know what a fly whisk is, or water buffalo. So you say lightning,
Fair enough.
but that's more fun. I don't really want a fly whisk. I don't. So it would be like really kind of, I guess, like lightning symbols.
So you have like lightning down the armor, kind of coming from the shoulders, and it looks like lightning coming up from the boots as well, kind of like meeting in the middle of this pink armor. And then you have your helmet as it forms. There's lightning or like storm clouds on the top of the helmet as they form down. And your weapon, as it starts to form, looks something like this. Yeah, that'll work. I just need to drop it here. So it almost looks, it's definitely like a sword. You can feel that it's got some heft and some weight to it. And then it looks like that.
Okay. Now I have my cool sword thing.
Big old paddle.
Yeah, almost like a palm leaf, kind of.
Yeah. My cool weapon that I'm going to weapon people with.
And yeah, so now you are all henshined up. You have watched Raz decide he is going to go help Locke take down the enemy in front of you. You see Raz just run in, spear in hand, flying through the air as he's jumped. You know, he's basically used his spear as a what do they call that? Pole vault to launch himself in the air, flipped it around so that he can come back down and drive that spear towards the big bad.
Thinking, is it flying around like a ladybug, or is it skittering around?
It is bipedal, so its armor looks like a ladybug, so it's got like this big kind of like, it looks like Henshin armor like you guys, except its helmet looks like a ladybug. It's got the ladybug features, some antenna that kind of like curl back, and then on its back it has this armor that splits into wings, and it can use those wings to shoot out this giant blast of basically like condensed sound. And then on his arms, on its wrists, it also has these kind of blasters that do smaller versions of that condensed sound.
Okay. I was trying to limit its mobility maybe, but if the wings are still a problem, then yeah, it's trying to hit that sort of top shell part of the wing, try and pin it close to its body if I can, but that's just first instinct of do not fly away.
Can I go over to help?
Yeah, you're more than welcome to jump in and help.
Yeah, and I want to smack it with my giant weapon.
Paddle sword.
Almost like I'm swatting.
Fair enough.
Like I'm fly swatting with the ladybug.
I mean, so it's that kind of sword is actually called an equal.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Paddle him. Give him a paddle.
People want to start fight. That's a paddling.
That's exactly what's happened. They're getting a paddling.
Well, Killian's gonna grab his kitchen knife and he's gonna go shank some people.
Some people, I hope some specific ones that are a problem at the moment, and not just like the hologram family inside.
We'll see what happens.
So Killian's off to fight the hologram family for no reason other than they're the hologram family.
Now that I have henshin powers, I surely can affect them.
They annoyed me for the last time. No, I'm gonna try and jump one of the bad guys. I think I'm gonna go for the ladybug. I'm gonna try and just rush him.
Okay.
It is the closest one. As long as it's not the one where you already fought them and apparently lost, that feels like that would cause some problems with the timeline.
Do I feel like my power is accessible at this point?
Yes.
Oh, I would like to assist in this in petrifying the ladybug.
Go for it. So you'd shoot that beam. That beam would hit the ladybug, solidifying it in place. So its legs are stone. The rest of it, it looks like the stone is still slowly forming up the body, but it's still definitely moving.
I like to think the vibration of the wings is like moving fast enough that it's kind of hindering.
As Raz comes down into the middle of that shell, spear clipping, like, I guess, like the sides of the wings, so just barely like piercing through those wings, hitting into the ground. As Ellie is just straight up like swatting it in the face with her blade. She just swings upwards to swat this thing in the face, and Killian runs forward like he's going to shank this thing. It kind of like bats him away with its arm, so he gets the blade into the one of the blasters on his arm. As this thing, best way to describe this, is struggling between all of the concentrated attack there. You'll see that its armor is starting to crack, and definitely its mask is starting to crack away. And as you guys deal more and more damage, just kind of throwing everything you've got at this guy, you'll start to notice a face inside of this, a human-looking face inside of this ladybug-like armor. Messy hair, glasses, dumbfounded look. Looks like someone you guys knew in school, who was very kind of irritating. He did what he could to get on your nerves.
Rise is forever unobservant when it comes to other people that he doesn't like. Yeah, he doesn't recognize. Well, I mean, maybe he kind of does, but he doesn't care. He's just gonna try and grab the front like hole in the mask and just rip the whole thing off at this point. So if it doesn't come up and out, it's going to be slamming it to the ground to be like, you're going to break open now. Yeah, so this is this weakness.
Grab that mask where you can grab, and you go to pull, and you just slam that whole body straight into the ground. Head first.
You are out of the study group. I'm saying that to the ladybug.
Yeah.
Are you saying that to Tate or to Raz?
No,
not allowed to study.
No, the ladybug.
I didn't think I was in the study group. No,
you are out of the study group. You do not do this.
It just kind of blinks at you, almost like it's not, like you can tell that it's a human, like there's a person there, but it's almost like they're not there. It just kind of blankly just kind of stares at you and blinks, raises its arm up, and then both he and the cloaked figure are gone.
Damn, I was gonna set up for Ellie to do like a jumping like coup de grace kind of deal. Like it would have been really cool.
Ruthless high school.
It's a dude in armor trying to kill people. What do you want from me? We should save the. I want to look at the other two. Are those fights still going? Do they need saving?
No. When those two disappeared, the other fights also, that temporal dissonance seemed to just kind of fade.
All right. Well, it's good to know time travel prevents you from fucking up the timeline, I guess.
I can't believe that. I'm not just inviting anybody to my study group anymore. It's going to bring down the whole curve in the class.
Do you even know if he was the same person? We saw clones among clones upon clones of the weird spaceship, right?
You
I don't know.
absolutely did.
I don't know, but either way, that they're not in my study group anymore. I refuse. I'm going to be a lot here.
I'm just saying I saw my own face as an adult on a cereal box this morning. I feel like you need to mentally prepare yourself to rip the mask off of one of these things, and it's you.
Okay, I am, but if I can do this exact kind of fight, this is like amateur. I would have done differently.
Yeah, big sigh. It's like, all right. How do
Are
we?
you the cereal boxes, or are you just grabbing them and like having cereal? Like in the morning, you're just pouring yourself a bowl of cereal with your cereal box.
No, it was a commercial that honestly was not the weirdest thing that's happened today. How does one take this armor off? He says, now gesturing. It's like, it's cool and all, but also, I'm sure I'm gonna start sweating really bad in here in a minute, and it's not gonna smell good.
If I remember right, it's just you say Henshin again.
Oh, just say Henshin.
I will try it into character. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. So I just say Henshin.
Yeah, and like a lightning bolt strikes down, it hits you, and you're back in your street clothes.
Cool. That's extremely convenient.
Yeah.
Very easy to see, though.
Yeah,
It's bright red. I don't imagine I was going for stealth with that in the first place.
but if you're trying to hide your identity, somebody would see you, and then you would say that phrase, and your suit.
Yeah, we're like 30 years in the past.
I mean, that just means you guys have phone booths that you can duck into when you need to change.
I mean, nobody knows who I am. What do I care? I am as anonymous with or without it.
You're on a commercial. You're not anonymous.
I look kind of like... That's an adult version of me. I look kind of like that guy.
Everybody's going to recognize who you are.
He had a cool beard and everything. I can't go in if I wanted to.
That's
It's like
not
Superman and Clark Kent.
Thank you, Locke, for jumping in.
A very winded, very apathetic Locke is just gonna look at you guys, shrug, and walk back to the pizza place.
Not even one question. It's admirable almost. Theoretically
He doesn't have any
negative.
questions? Or
Yeah, it's like theoretical 0 negative fucks even. I don't know how math works.
Locke absolutely gives no fucks. Locke has been on desk duty for a very long time. And at this point, he just doesn't care anymore.
Hope he's not considered the leader.
No, but I guess he...
Sorry, in character, it's just as he's leaving. Wow, no questions at all. I hope he's not the leader. Anyways.
He just kind of yells back, "No, I'm not. That would be Ross."
Did you mean Raz, or is there a Ross here?
Look, if you
Ross,
wanna...
Mr. Ross.
Okay.
If you want to lead this shit show, and then he disappears inside.
Yeah, no offense, Raz.
I know, yeah, but
No offense, Raz. I'm not sure that any of us are ready to lead this shit show.
No, that's fair. But you said if I wanted to, and like a little bit. Yeah.
As you guys,
I know I'm not ready, but like
as you
Even
guys,
I'm going to say I'm not ready.
Are discussing this.
you got your whole plan. You got to become president.
You start to feel tremors under your feet. You feel like an earthquake happening. And if you look
Suddenly stands still.
towards, kind of towards where the shopping mall is, you see what looks to be like a void just ripping through reality. You see tentacles coming out of this void, and as you're watching this void form, everything start to come out. A very tall corporate office building is just forming right where this void should be.
Raz?
And as it forms, the very top of the building is a giant sign lights up bright, lights. Every couple seconds it's strobing, and it just says Void Inc.
Gotta be breaking some building codes.
Okay, two things, Raz. Did somebody order corporate hentai?
Not at all in my search history.
Okay. And two, I can't stop staring at the strobing, and I think I think I might have a seizure.
Puts hands
Close
in
your
front of his eyes.
Thank you.
I think those are much better jokes. Out of character, those are much better jokes than I was going to go with. 100%. I was going to be like, that's not what happened in the 80s, right? Anyways. I don't know what that was like, but yes, that's time travel shenanigans. We've like affected the timeline or something, right?
I mean,
No, that's cosmic spatial, I think.
There are two different weird magic shenanigans we're gonna have to deal with. All right.
Well, you were also wrong with the temporal stuff, but
Raz is
Excuse
like,
me, I'm not a Back to the Future scholar.
He's like, I didn't pay attention to physics.
I didn't even take physics.
You know how
No,
like
you were not.
in high school you had like the biology, chemistry, physics track.
Mhm.
And then there was like for my high school we had like natural sciences, marine biology, and one other class. And then we had just science 1, 2, and 3.
Yes,
I
science.
feel
Yeah.
I feel like Raz was science 1, 2, and 3.
It's either that or like if they had a weird, not as mathematically heavy class, like I don't know, geology or something, and it's like just the basics of that. He might have done that.
Fair enough.
Really?
But yeah, science 1, 2, or 3. No, it's science 1 and then 1 and then 1 again.
Raz, which science class are you in, man?
Raz very much benefited from
One?
no pass, no play. So he just
Okay, all right.
he passes a lot.
It's when we're talking about passing, we don't mean laterally, okay? We mean with your grades.
No, I think Raz, like, and he'd defend himself, like, no, I passed tests. I just don't retain anything afterwards. I'm very good at memorizing.
Okay.
I feel like Raz is very good at certain classes. Definitely classes that would require like a lot of confidence, like public speaking, debate, those kind of things.
Mhm.
But like science, Raz was like, I do not care.
Especially if it requires math. He can memorize the answers for like the periodic table or whatever, but he cannot do math. Not for the life of him.
Whereas Killian and Zarka, both very artistic students, I feel like they would excel in their art classes, music classes, photography. I think any other class, though, Killian did not give a shit about.
That's not entirely true. I gave a shit about bioethics.
Oh,
Bioethics?
Darko was really
Was it-
bad at anything with public speaking.
took bio?
bioethics. That is a very odd class for teenagers to be.
Yeah, there's no way that's a
Listen.
high school class.
Okay, so real quick, I actually had bioethics in high school, and it was the best class I'd ever taken.
What the?
First
That's
off,
awesome, but also
what the fuck is bioethics? All right.
Right.
ethics of applied biology, I assume.
Yeah,
Shut in,
we
guys.
everything under the sun that was the ethics of biology, medicine, chemistry, all that fun jazz. I did a whole report on prosthesis and cybernetics on humans,
Ooh.
and the potential of AI usage. Anyways, way off topic.
Anyways, it's like, all right. So, are we worried about corporate hentai, to borrow Killian's term for this thing? Is that a thing? I'm trying to lean on the people who know what's going on.
That seems like an
A bit.
thing I need to add to this.
Wait,
show.
wasn't my contract from Void Inc.
Yes,
the one that I refused to sign?
Yep.
which is very smart.
Well, it's something to be concerned about. Whether or not we're concerned tonight is the question. Because it's not going to go anywhere now that it's here.
You'll notice after that building has popped up as well, the townspeople don't seem to notice that there were 3 different fights going on. They don't really notice that the streets are kind of like torn up. And they absolutely have paid no attention to this building popping out of nowhere. They've carried on with their day acting like that building has been there the entire time. You'll also notice there's a lot more corporate-looking suits, a lot more businessmen. It seems to be walking the streets and going into the various businesses, briefcases, but they all look the same.
Well, okay. That's unsettling. I'm a little worried about buildings bearing the name of weird eldritch forces that just appear out of nowhere and seem to infect people with I don't know, some kind of suit disease? That seems concerning to me. I don't know if I feel like I want to check that out, at least from a distance. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I
A
think
little
it's something to
concerned.
check out.
As long as I don't have to work there.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a slow and painful death, basically. Let's check it out from a block away or something. We have binoculars, and Raz is gonna start walking this
Did we just
towards it.
Google?
I don't know that
We're
exists
in
yet.
the 80s. It doesn't
Oh, yeah.
exist yet.
Right.
But-
Why didn't we Google sooner?
Well,
It's a little
go
voice
start
of
your
Raz's-
investment.
Little voice of like Raz's uncle or someone, and in the back of his mind is like, "Back when I was a kid, Google was called books." It's like we can check out a library later. Book, just one book.
Is there like a book of different businesses?
Yeah, it's called a
Phone
phone book.
Yes, you do see piled up outside of the Henshin-A-Go-Go pizza joint just stacks of, was it yellow pages, white pages?
Both.
Both are in the phone book, yeah.
They separated them at
Yeah.
some point, didn't they? There was a time where they came as both. And then there
Yes,
was a
but
time
that wasn't
where-
until like the thousands, dude.
You mean the 2000s?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was because
In the 80s, it was definitely one thing.
the yellow pages were for business and the white pages were for residents. And then as towns grew in size, they had to separate them out.
A small town like this in the 80s? They're both.
yeah. So there's like 10 of them piled up outside.
Gotta clean that up. But anyways, let's go. Someone can read that on the way. I'm not doing it.
Or are we going to split the books up? Or
Look them up. See when they got here, maybe. I don't know.
well, there's 4 of us, so we can each like take 2 or 3 and figure out what's in, which one has the business in it. Ellie's not
Just get the
understanding.
newest
There's
one.
separate-
Just get the newest one. Whatever one's on top. Don't worry about it.
But what if it doesn't have the right stuff in it? This is like an encyclopedia, right, of businesses.
Raz is going to let her figure that out. He is going.
She's going to puzzle over the phone books for a minute before just picking one up.
I assume they have dates on it.
Concept. It's a weird concept to her. This is,
As you guys start to head downtown towards the building, in your heads, all of you hear.
Hear what?
You can't hear that? It's not playing through? Oh.
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
there goes that fun little joke. You all start to hear 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton just simultaneously playing as you're making your way downtown.
Oh, excellent.
Love it.
Damn it.
Do the coins come with a soundtrack? Has this happened to you guys?
Just go with it.
I mean, I think he tried to plug his ears partway through just to check. He's like, well, I can't really do much about it, so sure.
I mean, we could have a sing along if you want, but
Please, no.
I'll be Terry Crews, and you can. By the way, he hasn't changed out of his Henshin outfit. He's still dancing to this song in his half costume.
Killian walking down the street looking like a freaking Chip and Dale in his Henshin outfit.
Chip and Dale Henshin barbarian man.
And what's weird is nobody is like, people are just acting like that's just every day. Like they've seen someone walking around like this all the time.
Well, the statue in the town square of the most popular guy here is wearing Henshin armor, so sure.
This is not barbarian armor. It's the armor of a Dranger. Wait, how do I know that word?
Because you're a nerd. I don't know.
That's fair.
That's a side note. Does Raz know what who his coin represents, or like time period, or anything about it? Does he have information just in his head?
Yeah, you all know, like in your head, like you know who the coin, like what your coin is, or like what your Henshin is. So like you would know that it's Lu. Ellie would know that it's Oba. Killian hears the word Balder, but he has no idea what's going on. He's just kind of like, what?
Yeah, that's about right.
Raz will not at all admit the fact that he knows that. He's just trying to mess with Killian.
All right, so you guys get to a vantage point about a block away, and you don't feel anything menacing coming from Void Inc. All the windows are very tinted. You can't really like get a good idea of the inside of the building. It looks architecturally, very modern, so it does look like it would be out of place for the 80s. And like the stones that have built, or like the stones on the outside of the building, like going up, like it looks like there's tentacles like spiraling up all of those stones. Purple flowers and the bushes outside that lead up to like the main entrance, and then another like stone sign, kind of like like your typical office building that says like the Void Inc. sort of office suites or whatever you would call those, business park sort of thing. There is like a guy, like a hot dog vendor. It looks like he's got like a hot dog stand like outside. There's also like a little coffee vendor.
Are they wearing suits?
They are not. They are dressed like they're just like everyday people, just serving food.
Like, all right.
Excuse me, coffee person, do you have any Starbucks lattes or like a refresher?
If you are walking up to the coffee vendor, you'll notice that the menu is in a language that you cannot decipher. It's various symbols that make no sense to you, just jumbled up symbols. It looks like those are coffee machines, but it definitely does not look like he is serving coffee. It looks almost like a very thick, black, tar-like substance.
Yeah, okay, I don't want that. Never mind. Don't worry about it, dude. I'm out of here.
Also, the very first Starbucks on the East Coast was apparently founded in March of 1993. It was only like a West Coast thing at this point. But none of us would know that. You just ask for coffee that they're like, what? What do you mean fancy West Coast coffee?
Yeah, the guy just kind of like looks at you, and you'll notice that like his eyes are very sunken, like black holes. He's just kind of got a smile on his face, and he's just kind of mindlessly standing at this.
Yeah, I don't want
it. We're new in town. Don't worry about it. Starts trying to like help Ellie get away without causing too much of a scene. That was tar. He was serving tar, right? I wasn't being weird. I don't drink coffee. I don't know.
I never want
coffee. Why did you? All right. Sorry, you were saying something, Killian.
No, I'm totally there with you. I don't think we should be drinking any of that.
I don't think we should even be talking to any of them. No one else seems to notice the weird eldritch tentacles that are climbing up the side of the building. Out of character, we don't see like, is there anything notable about people entering or leaving the building? Anything happening around it, outside the tentacles and the coffee and the hot dog guy?
The people you can see walking around the building, they seem to just be walking around it normally, like nothing is going on. Coming in and out of the building, almost in like kind of like a single file line. It seems like when they do come in, they like queue up in a single file line, go in. Same when they're coming out. It's just those same looking dudes in the suits.
I don't know that we want to go in there yet, but it seems like we're not going to learn anything unless we do.
Let's just go in there.
This reminds me of like scary movies that I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm.
Was there... Oh, sorry.
No, this is really weird. And I don't have anything in my plan about this building.
Yeah, it is really weird. I
I have a question about the hot dog guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is the signs in the same language as the coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are the hot
what do
dogs?
the hot dogs look like?
They look like little screaming maggots, almost like worms, like pulsing worms, but they are writhing and screaming in the bun.
I never want a hot dog again either.
What the actual fuck?
Okay. I propose a plan of two of us walk in very casually, not looking like whatever Killian that you said that you are that's not a barbarian. But, you know, two of us walk in looking like normal people just to see if it is possible and then walk out without too much trouble just as like a first test. I was mostly worried that monsters might start pouring out of it any second.
You know what, Raz? You're great You're great for volunteering for that, and I will just stay right here.
Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Anyways, who will back me up in case things do get bad and we need to leave in a violent manner?
I'll go.
Perfect. Good, because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try this out.
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and enter Void Ink.
Yeah, just to see what the front lobby looks like and then maybe casually leave. This is just a test to be like, how bad is this place?
So as you walk in, you do kind of feel this like sense of dread, this sense of like impending doom, I guess. Like, you also feel like a sense of like sorrow and kind of like you know in some timeline somewhere that your adult self has resigned themselves to every day sitting in a cubicle staring at gray walls.
Yeah.
And that feeling just kind of you feel that as you enter the building, and then as you get into this lobby, it's a very ornate lobby, marble floor, black and white marble tile, leading back to an elevator bay. There's a receptionist desk in the front with a very normal looking, human looking receptionist typing away, looking at monitors. The security guards, though, very kind of off-putting. They do look familiar in the sense that they do look like Henshin. They are in Henshin style armor, only their masks is like a twisted like spiral, and it looks like there's just like a hole in like a very tiny hole in the center of this twisted spiral, so almost like there's no way they could see out of it, but somehow they're functioning, they're walking around. You can see that they all have like key cards on them. Everybody coming in and out has like an ID badge. It looks like a very normal office setting, almost like an office lobby. There's places to sit down. There's, foliage. Foliage looks a little spacey. It doesn't look like it's of this world, but it's definitely like trees and weird space bushes. But yeah, other than this weird sense of like you could be stuck here doing data analysis or, data entry for the rest of your life.
The worst. Raz does shiver when he feels that. He's like, oh no.
Raz is just like, data entry.
an unnamed horror for him of monotony. As we'll look to Killian, sorry, Zarka. I don't know why Killian. Zarka just a significant look of. You got any ideas?
Outside of not regretting the fact that I didn't ask Ellie for her
Business card?
business card.
Well, it's not chocked to the brim with monsters and stuff, so maybe we just casually walk out, see if they let us.
Yeah, we can see.
So as you guys are kind of standing there having that conversation, you don't know if the receptionist desk moved towards you or you moved towards the receptionist desk. It's just very suddenly like you are in front of that receptionist, like it kind of like shrank together. With the receptionist asking you if, hey, hello, welcome to Void Inc. Do you have an appointment?
Oh, this isn't the Macy's building? I thought that they'd opened up a new Macy's building here. It's our mistake. We'll just head out. And
Oh, so you don't have an appointment then?
definitely not. This is the wrong building.
So as you tell her
Sure.
no, like definitely not, you two find yourself standing in the parking lot of the mall, which is about 3 blocks away from Void Inc.
That's unsettling. There's something wrong when you can move distance, but your legs didn't work for it. I also think moving sidewalks are bad. Anyways,
I guess it's a good thing it didn't end up in the future then.
All right, I need to write that down. Raz is scared of moving sidewalks.
not scared. He is personally offended by them. You shouldn't be able to move that far without work.
How do you get around the airport that quickly then?
Run!
You don't run through
No.
an airport?
Raz hasn't been to an airport before.
There's too
But
many
his answer is
people
just
in
run.
an airport to run.
I'm big. People get out of my way.
Okay, I'm small and I don't notice people.
Sounds like a skill issue, honestly. We should get back before
And
they're too
Zarka
worried
gets
about us.
run over.
It seems like a skill issue. We should get back before they worry about us, I think.
It's canon that a number of times Roz has actually run into Zarka and just not realized. And Zarka is just like, okay.
He has realized, and then he's like, oh, sorry, my bad. He just hasn't registered and remembered your face anytime. That's something that probably happens to him more often.
It just happens to be
Then
the
that.
same time in the same place every day.
Something what's going to be happening now that we're like living in the same building, our morning schedules, that's going to be part of it now. It's like, well, let's get back. We don't want them to think we've been captured,
We're heading
yeah?
back.
Yeah. Gotta run to do it. Damn it.
No.
You can stand in the
Zarka
lee
is
of my
begrudgingly
wide shoulders.
running. Zarka doesn't want to be left alone, so she is running.
It's a casual jog if you're not really trying to keep up. Anyways.
Right. Yeah, so you guys meet back up with Ellie and Killian outside of Void Inc.
What's Ellie's reaction to it coming from a completely different direction?
She like looks at the office building door again, like
Mhm.
not trying to get too close to get in, and then she looks back at you all and at the door and this. Did you go out the back?
Turns out if you tell the receptionist you don't have an appointment, they just teleport you away. It seems like excellent security, honestly.
What
I was
did
worried they were going to like attack us. Oh,
What did
the
they-
parking lot of the mall.
There's a mall.
It's right over. Don't worry about it. It's named after me, even.
Did they have any clothing stores or?
Yeah,
That's what-
several. Why? I don't know if they had a bookstore. I wasn't looking.
Can you show me where this mall is?
What would the 1980 would Barnes and Noble be the bookstore?
Books
Wow.
a million. I bet
think-
Book the Million.
Well, Barnes & Noble was founded in 1873, apparently.
Oh.
Well, either way, we need to go to this mall for research reasons.
Yeah, that's right.
Research.
I mean, Raz can give
Yeah.
directions
New
pretty quick
clothes.
to that.
Walden Books. They would.
Walden
It
Books.
It would have
Walden
a Walden
Books.
Books.
Holy
Yeah,
Raz still
crap.
doesn't know there's a bookstore because he would not have looked for one, nor would he have recognized one. He just.
Well, we need to go
He
for
saw
research.
Sure. Wouldn't you rather use a
Mhm.
library?
Well, yeah, but we need the mall first. It's very
Okay.
important. Look, I can write a plan for you about the mall. Just give me like 10 minutes and I'll figure it out.
No, I'll just follow your plan. You can just tell me what you need me to do at any given moment. You don't need to write it all down. I won't read it. I
I just need
promise.
money. He's just going to look at you. I just need money.
No, I ain't got none of that.
You always have money.
Yeah, I have money from the year 2023. I can look at my wallet, but none of it was printed before the 90s, I'm pretty sure.
So we need a money changer.
As long as you're not using big bills, are they really gonna check?
I don't know. IRS seems scary. What would they do if they found out there was money circulating they hadn't printed yet?
You would
I don't
probably
really-
go to jail for counterfeiting.
Also, to retcon that a little bit, I'm pretty sure I established that Raz doesn't carry cash on him. He has a card for a bank that doesn't exist yet.
Well, maybe it exists.
That
Can
is
we try
fair.
it?
Maybe. Do they have
Really?
credit?
Hold on, hold on,
If
hold
you
on.
really need something, I have cash.
Well, it's no fun because Raz always pays.
Do I?
Raz
He's
isn't
suddenly
from this
realizing you've been
timeline.
finessing the hell out of him. He's like,
So
Yeah,
damn,
it's
I
okay.
do always pay.
When I'm a politician, I'll get you into places and things.
Raz's bank would be Clang, Clang Bank, which is another word.
Clang. It's another word for crime? What?
Another word for chime.
Chime.
Haha.
I will take notes.
When was chime
But-
founded?
Yeah, we didn't have any issues going inside outside of the receptionist being pushy.
Well, it did teleport us to the receptionist. We had to have the answer yes, I bet, to have an appointment. This might be very difficult to do without an appointment. We might not be able to just, guns blazing, go in there.
I wouldn't recommend it with how many security officers are there.
Well, we have to.
Not with that attitude.
Oh wait, I've got the business card too.
Let's
And
not
we-
use that
Yeah,
yet.
you kept me alive.
Killian, do you want to try and go in there?
I do not.
Also, it wasn't that many guards. I mean, we could take them and we train up a bit. I bet we could have a strategy. I'm more worried about the teleporting and the suddenly being at the front desk we didn't mean to. Like, that's the kind of thing I don't know how to work around.
You'll
I mean,
get
I guess-
used to it,
I could go in
especially
and try,
with factory being around now.
Hmm.
I can try to make an appointment if you all want, but I'm worried.
Let's
that
save
they'll
that.
Make it right away, and I don't want to go right away.
Yeah, exactly. Let's save that till we have maybe like a better plan, or we know if we even need to worry about this thing. He says, looking up at the corporate tentacle building, like, we're probably gonna need to worry about that thing. But
Well, if we're not going there, then I need to go to the bookstore.
sure,
If you
let's go then.
Hey. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
so
gonna take
you
a
guys-
trip to the mall.
Yeah, as you guys head to the. Wow, what was Raz's last name?
I have forgotten.
I have it as well.
Money
Uh,
bags.
No, it is not.
The Raz. This time, as you're coming up to the shopping center, it just says the Raz blank shopping mall. And it literally like it's like a line. It just says Raz and like a line for you to fill in a last name. Like someone when they filled out the paperwork for the naming, they just left a line there.
I have this written down somewhere is the problem. It's like, well, that's not the way it was previously, but I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, I need an outfit too because I came to school in my pajamas. So I'm still in my pajamas.
So as you guys get into the shopping mall, you know, you see some of your typical 1980s stores. There's the Bon Marché, there's the Walden Books, there's a Sears and a JCPenney. And then there's some stores that don't seem like they quite belong. There's, you know, various Void ink stands that line the hallway. Let me see here. There is
there a Blockbuster?
no, there is not.
Damn.
It's not a mall thing. I'm sure there's a Blockbuster around town somewhere.
There is a Sam Goody.
Ooh.
Are there any knockoff video stores or not at all?
I assume that's what Sam Goody is, but I don't know what that is.
There's
No,
like
that's
It's a music store.
There's like this weird store. It gives you kind of like Hot Topic vibes, but like as you look at it, you're like, this definitely is weird. Called Cthulhu, Lil Cthulhu, and it's got like what looks like Cthulhu, but like as a little girl. So it's got like golden curls on its head, and it's in like a tennis, like that tennis outfit, like tennis skirt and like tennis like kind of just like standing, like that's like their mascot, and it definitely looks like clothes, but it doesn't look like, you know, like 1980s or like clothes that you've ever seen. So there's definitely some other weird shops. There's Nug and Yeb, which looks to be like a restaurant. You can't make out the menu because it's all weird symbols. And they're also serving very, very weird looking food. Not unlike the hot dog vendor. There's Narolotep Video, which does look like a Blockbuster. Looks exactly like a Blockbuster, but if you look closely at all of the movies, none of them look like anything you've ever heard of.
Does it look like
so it's all
PBS?
indie.
There is a whole PBS section, yes.
Not touching it. That video store's evil. We're not going in there.
Lovecraftian Nightmare meets Muppets. I think I can get
The
into
Muppets
this.
are already a little
That is called
Lovecraftian.
The Luppets.
Yes.
Image of Puppet Cthulhu going, yeah! Like Kermit the Frog.
This mall is not as I expected it to be.
This mall is amazing.
I don't know that I really knew what a mall was supposed to be like, to be honest.
There's
Raz,
also
why did you say
there's
mall
also
up like
Yag Koshas, which is it's like an elephant like sitting, like this humanoid like elephant sitting in like the window, and it looks to be like a pet shop, but none of the creatures in there look like pets that you've ever seen.
Are they cute though?
No, they're absolutely horrifying.
Roz, I think your mall's been Cthulhuized.
It's not my mall anymore.
I wanted a puppy, and all I could see is this weird thing with like a million eyes, and I don't know if those are tentacles or horns or what.
I mean, tentacles can be cute.
Yeah,
Beg to
but
differ.
look at it. It's just staring at us.
I kind of
Staring at everything. We're not special.
It's
Have you
staring in
never
every
seen a
direction.
snake? There's just one long tentacle with a face that stare at you.
They're all
Love
staring at us.
Touche. Is that arcade still there? Because I think Raz had pointed out, it's like, and that's the arcade that the weird
Yep.
cloak guy gave me a coin.
Yes, Aladdin's is still there, but it does look like some of the games may have changed. The whack-a-mole machine definitely looks like they're whacking humans as they come up, and there's definitely various levels of eternal screaming coming from inside.
Hopefully they have enough. Yeah, that's the arcade where the guy gave me the wrong coin, it turns out.
Are you okay going to this kind of arcade? Do you like? I mean, I know a
Well,
lot of people, but
there were not human screams there, or at least there were not whack-a-mole human screams. There is a Metal Slug in there. That game does have a lot of human screams, to be fair.
Wait, is for the whack-a-mole machine? Is there one that just says "Ow, motherfucker"?
Yeah, no, if
No, there'd be one that says "ow" and a different one that says "motherfucker."
there is one that is like all Samuel L. Jacksons, and every time it pops up,
Whack-a-Jackson? That doesn't sound good.
Whack-a-jack.
That's funnier if it's different actors named Jack for various reasons.
Oh my god, Jack Nicholson, Jack Roberts.
Johnny Depp in his Jack Sparrow outfit.
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson.
Exactly. Anyways. Most of those people do not exist yet in the 80s as actors. They're not famous yet. Come on.
Samuel L. is. So is Jack Nicholson.
Actually, yeah, thinking about it, Johnny Depp was also at least starting his career at that point. Not important.
you'll notice a lot of the there's the town folk walking around the mall, going in and out of these stores like it's nothing. But you'll also notice, there's the businessmen. The security guards definitely look like the security guards from inside of Void Inc. As they're walking this mall. And it's a weird.
Those are new too.
A weird mingling of like void-like entities and void-like creatures and humans, and they're just like shopping side by side like nothing ever happened. Like the other one isn't even there almost. Except for the teens. The teens, oddly, they're all like sitting around the food court talking and laughing and having fun. There's, these weird tentacle-looking children talking to other teens, and it's all like it's nothing ever happened. Like it's all perfectly normal to them.
okay. After I get my normal outfit and books, I never want to come here again.
Yeah, this is all new also. Did we do something?
It's not my mall. My name's not on it. Yours.
Did I do something? All right. Now we can test out my credit.
Stuff just happens.
Yeah, there's like a bank of like ATMs in the food court. So like you can't like read the symbols, but you can like definitely tell that they're ATMs.
That's
Did they say most?
also.
Because I remember my mom used to like call ATMs most machines for the longest, like all the way into like the 2000s, and then she realized they not called that.
Well, I'm gonna check my card to see if I can pull out actual money out of it.
So as you approach, on the screen it's flashing Void Inc. Financial. So you put in your card and you go to put in your PIN and everything. It says that there will be a $3.50 fee for each transaction.
Okay.
Then the normal screen. Do you want to check your balance? Do you want to withdraw? Do you want to deposit?
Check my balance is the primary concern. The fact that the card worked is already good, but like, all right, but does this account exist yet? Check balance.
So you hit check balance, and a 1 and like 7 zeros just pop up in your account.
He's not gonna say anything to any of his friends, and didn't want them behind him when he's putting his card in. Anyways, we just okay. Now I'm worried to withdraw money for a completely different reason.
We'll have to worry about that transaction fee, that's for sure.
All right. I'm gonna pull $300 out. I don't want it to be too nuts, but also I have no idea how long this is gonna last, and that seems like a reasonable amount of living money.
So it then again prompts you, are you okay with a $3.50 transaction fee? Do you want to receive?
Raz is not smart enough to be suspicious of that. He's just gonna say, yeah, sure, whatever.
Fair enough. And then, prints receipt, spits out your money. And as you look at the money, you'll also notice that it's a mixture of, like, money that you would recognize, normal, everyday American money. But then some of the bills have Cthulhu on them.
In Earlier we trust.
Yagoth is on the $1 bills. Anyways, gonna put that in a wallet and just be like, well, I'm not gonna mention that to any of my friends. That seems weird.
Hey
He
guys,
will-
if you look, it looks like near Lincoln Tep was the one that had the Emancipation Proclamation.
We don't know that's why he's on the $5 bill. Like, it's not like having a Gettysburg Address equals $5 bill. He could be the Andrew Jackson of this setting, of this world, for all we know. I don't know.
So a Southern jackass?
Yeah. Look, I don't exactly credit the elder gods of Cthulhu-esque nonsense to be, like, racially sensitive, so yeah, maybe. Considering their origin.
Now I'm picturing Cthulhu as, like, a plantation style, like, southern Georgia. He speaks in, like, shrieks and, like, shrills, but it's definitely, like, with a southern, like, Georgia drawl.
I say, Flithorgan!
But I mean, Lovecraft was from, like, the Boston area, so they should probably all have that kind of accent.
I mean, I don't know if I could deal with Cthulhu with a Boston. I can't deal with the Boston accent normally.
Nope, that's fair.
You're
Like, well, I got some
from Boston.
from Boston. Well, I got some cash for clothes that will fit in a little better.
But yeah,
Hopefully it's 80s prices, so that this lasts a little longer.
with Big Red.
Oh, yeah, I am also big in red. Thank you.
Are you
Sorry.
ready to go shopping then?
Yes.
Yeah. I got some cash.
I'm sorry, I had a silent thief for a moment.
So yeah, there's your typical mall stores. There's your weird Cthulhu clothing store, like Eldritch Void clothing stores.
It's all suits.
There's a Claire's that, for some odd reason, is busy.
Is it like normal Claire's or is it like weird Cthulhu Claire's?
No, it's like Claire's.
Claire's
It's like
Hulu.
Claire's boutique, like normal Claire's, but for some odd reason, it actually has customers, and that's a little off-putting.
But can I get like a normal outfit that's like not?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
there's a Sears, a JCPenney, there's a Bon Marché if you want to get a little fancy with it. One day only at the Bon Marché. Anyway, I'm showing my age there.
Let's please get normal and not at all flashy clothing while we're here, please. I don't want to have to keep going back to the ATM, and I don't think that we should draw attention to ourselves as people from another time. I don't know what counts as normal here, but, like, please.
There's too
Thank
many
you.
shoulder pads. Why are there shoulder pads everywhere?
It's the 80s. Shoulder pads are everything.
Look around. They're just all over.
The rule about shoulder pads in the 80s is if you're wearing shoulder pads, you have to be doing cocaine.
Oh, absolutely. And the bigger the shoulder pads, the more cocaine you do.
They're just on every outfit. Like, why does the
if you're
t-shirt?
if you're looking, you see like your normal like 80s. There's like the 80s like Valley Girl outfits. There's like the preppy outfits. But you'll also notice that there's definitely more modern style. Like you see clothes from like the 90s and 2000s. Like you see clothes that you would have worn normally.
You see track pants everywhere?
That's in Russia Town. That's actually the other shopping mall.
We're just looking around like, well, maybe we don't need to blend into the 80s.
Yeah,
Huh.
but I'm
Listen.
wearing my pajamas the whole time, so I just pick out like a normal 2000 normal era outfit. Ellie's normal, I don't know.
See, I just find a black button up and leave it unbuttoned. And it's like mentally in his head is too sexy for my shirt playing.
You're like, well, if they've ignored the fact that you've been wearing armor the whole time, maybe no one will mind that you're not wearing a shirt. At least not wearing one
Right.
properly.
Nobody minds that where we're from anyway. He's never wearing a shirt.
People
That is
don't mind.
true.
I swear teachers mind at least, right? Or they just let you get away with that after junior high.
Yeah. I forgot that I was still in my armor. Henshin.
Tired
Oh, yeah,
camera crew.
dark color armor, Henshin.
Yeah, so in the middle of the mall, Killian Henshin, so this lightning bolt just strikes down into the middle of the mall, putting him back in his regular civilian clothing. He's got a skateboard, backpack, but it doesn't go unnoticed. The security guards have all
About
kind of
to say.
stopped and they're watching. The crowds from the food court are now also watching to see what was
Oh,
going
no.
on. There's glass kind of falling from the sky light that lightning bolt came down through.
I want to look annoyed for a second and walk past him, like to the clothes rack.
Just walk away.
That's fair. That's fair.
So like I'm going, like everybody was going about their normal business, so I'm just acting like, and just go to the clothes rack.
For an instant,
Yeah.
Raz considers
Nonchalant
trying to help
whistle
him
legs
cover.
and walking away.
But he's just gonna let him deal with these weird looks for now. Not even gonna try and play it off, huh? Alright.
So as you guys walk away, security definitely approaches Killian. One of them
What's
Stop.
up, guys?
One of them stops, looks him up and down. Identification?
I start patting my legs like, oh, I think it's in my other shirt.
You're gonna have to come with us.
Hold on. I reach into my pocket and I flip him off, and then I start running.
As you start running, you notice that more and more security guards are starting to kind of come out of the floor and the walls. They are just material, like just all kind of swarming in on you. So you have this swarm. They've got you kind of tackled to the ground. They're putting cuffs on you. As they stand you up, one of them looks around. He looks at the others that are with him and says, I'll take him in. And then they kind of like just blip, and Killian and the guard are gone.
Well,
Alright,
that's it,
I was
guys.
gonna
I think I'm dead.
Ask if I can do something about that. Didn't want to interrupt your monologue, though. Alright. So I cannot imagine we walked far enough away we didn't hear all of that.
Oh no, you guys definitely witnessed everything going on, but Killian just, he did not have a chance. And like after they blipped, all the other guards just kind of like melted back into the walls and the floor, like they weren't even there.
Is there any of them that just stay as regular patrolling like they were originally?
The initial two who approached
Mhm.
Killian.
Alright. You just hands very foolishly the $300 to Ellie. It's like, I'm going to see where he went. And just going to walk up to one or both of them. It's like, hey, where'd you send the lightning bolt guy? Where did he go?
He'd be in a holding cell over at Void Inc.
Oh, over in the building?
Yes, 5th floor.
Is there a way I can, like, visiting hours that?
Visiting hours.
He owes me $20.
Our visiting hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 3. If he is booked, he will have to sit in front of the judge. Normally takes about 24 hours for booking. So, he will have a bail set, and we'll notify you. And you're associated with him, you three?
I mean, I walked up alone. I'm not.
I mean, they watched you guys walk away from him.
Yeah.
I'm just paying for my clothes right now.
Oop.
Like, well,
I'm just paying for my clothes right now. That's all I'm doing. Just a shopper, normal everyday shopper.
Look,
and
we're not monsters. He will get his phone call. You will be notified when he can post bail.
and you guys definitely work for Void Inc.
Yes, we are part of Void Inc.
All right. I don't know if there's like a gut check I can do as to like how reasonable this will be, but something tells me not actually reasonable. So
I mean, from them, you get the feeling like they're doing their job. They're just straight up telling you, this is the proceedings. You wouldn't really know more about like what conditions his cell is or like what he's in until you go to Void Inc. to actually like bail him out.
I mean, more like, is there a vibe? I mean, I walked in the building and felt despair. I want to know if there's a vibe here that I can pick up on, because I'm about to do something very foolish if I feel like there's real danger, but if there's something he can do, like, he might just be able to get out of this.
No, it's typical mall cop vibes, You kind of feel like you want to laugh at them and you don't respect them very much, but...
I don't know what...
ACAB.
I personally don't know what to do.
ACAB.
Well, yeah.
Even for the Void Mall cops.
Especially
involves
because
Void
of the
Mall
Void
Cops.
Mall
Oh, yeah. Weird question then. How many, like, is there a lot of those cells? It just feels weird that you sent them to a different building for, like, the mall. Like, that's confusing and concerning to me, sir.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have, like, a holding cell here at the mall. I mean, we used to have one back behind Naya Lopez, but they needed it for storage, so we had to, make arrangements. Things pop up. That's just what happens.
And the big building has a lot of those, or just like a few you borrow.
I mean, it's the entire 5th floor is kind of like the holding facility.
Yeah. This is gonna suck. He says, and then he's just gonna sucker punch one in the face.
Oh no.
All right.
And then he's not gonna resist arrest. He just...
Yep. So you sucker punch one in the face. A group of them kind of come up out of the floor, put cuffs on you, and then one just kind of blinks, and you pop up next to Killian. It looks like an everyday office floor, so not so much a holding cell. You kind of get the feeling that the cops are calling it a holding cell, but you pop up and there's Killian sitting at a desk with a headset on, in front of a computer, Excel spreadsheet wide open, and you blink into the same kind of cubicle right behind him. You guys are cube buddies.
He's wearing his clothes? I got a headset on. Any other details about this?
When you pop in, you got the headset on and sitting in front of an Excel spreadsheet. There's instructions on like a paper in front of you guys for the data entry that you'll be entering, and it looks like townspeople's names, addresses, phone numbers. Basically, it looks like census data that you're entering. Like you're taking census of a couple different towns, because you can see different names of different towns listed on here, and it's all within like the tri-state area.
All right. So, how's the office work?
I want to die.
Cool. Do I got my coin on me?
Yeah, you guys have your coins.
What do you say we don't do this, actually?
That sounds amazing. Let's go ahead.
And I would like to say Henshin and try and break a window open and jump out.
So
It's only the 5th floor.
you go to say Henshin. You feel the surge of energy kind of like pulse through you, and then you feel it kind of like it dissipates into the floor. Like, so you feel like that energy like hits you, like you're going to transform, and then it feels almost like the floor just kind of like sucks it right out of you.
It didn't work. Why is it not working?
I don't know. Maybe we could have made some real plans about this if you had, used even a modicum of the big word, right? I got a word a day calendar. Modicum of self-preservation, like a little, just
Listen,
a bit.
if I had even an iota of a thought that this was going to happen, I wouldn't have done it.
All right. We're going to try and find a way out, I think, but I don't know if we should hog the spotlight at this exact moment.
So as you guys are discussing back and forth, a guy, like a taller dude, glasses, dark hair, suspenders, coffee mug, comes and rests his shoulders, his like elbow on the edge of the cubicle, and he, in very kind of like monotone sort of like voice, just kind of points at Killian. All right, time for your phone call.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Who are you going to call?
I don't know anybody in this time.
if you pick up,
oh.
So there's like a phone on your desk. There's like a receiver you can pick up.
Hey, we got a phone book around?
Nope.
But it's a
I know
magic
who I'm
phone.
going to call. I'm
Pick it up. See what happens.
I'm going to pick up the phone and pray that I know either Zarka or Ellie's number.
So as you pick
Or
it up,
Pizza A-Go-Go.
like you pick it up and go to put it to your ear, you go to dial it, but the phone is already ringing as you put it to your ear.
Huh.
Meanwhile, back at the mall, Zarka and Ellie, you guys start hearing the bay of like phone booths start to ring.
I suppose we should answer.
Doesn't seem like anybody else is going to.
It's almost like nobody else in the mall can hear it. Like they're just walking past, like they're ignoring it. They don't hear it. It doesn't.
Have I paid for my purchases yet?
I don't know. Have you?
I've tried to.
I mean, if you were trying to, then you likely have your bags. You're good to go.
Okay.
Have to imagine that Zarka and Ellie got nice clothes from them, and like the last fourth of them, they're like, tank tops and sweats for the guys. It's fine.
We do have to bail them out.
Meanwhile, Zarka is more just like, we really shouldn't be worrying about this specifically right now.
Yeah, let's get the phones and then we can bail them out of where, go to the 5th floor. And I don't know if flashing the business card would work. Do I just like act like it's an ID?
We'll find out. Answer the phone first.
Sorry, you can answer it.
Zarka will answer the phone.
Yeah, so as you pick up the phone, an inmate
One,
from Void Inc. Correctional Facilities is making this collect call. Do you accept charges?
How much is the charge?
And it doesn't. It's like an automated voice that only answers to like yes or no. I've been in jail. I know how this goes.
Except, like,
yes.
the question is, what does the cost of the phone booth? That's what the collect call means.
God, I don't even know what a phone booth would have cost. Would it have been 25 cents back in the 80s?
No.
Yeah, it was 10 cents per minute.
Oh, there you go. 10 cents per minute.
Put some coins into the slot.
Uh,
Say yes.
Killian is on the other line. So you hear kind of like a couple beeps. Both of you hear these beeps on your other end, and then it sounds like the line is connected.
Sarga! Oh my god.
You okay, Killian?
Oh god. I think I'm about to be a prison bitch.
Okay, so they said you were on the 5th floor and that booking would be within like the next day. They'd call and tell us when we could bail you out. Is Roz there too?
Yeah, he's here.
You're both okay.
So
I'm not
far.
gonna let anything happen to him. We're more dangerous from spreadsheets.
It's
Sheets
melting
are scary
my
when you don't know
mind.
how they work.
It's literally melting my brain.
Raz has randomly replaced just various cells with different numbers and words because he does not give a damn.
Okay, so have they told you anything about how this process is gonna go?
No, that just I'm gonna get a hearing and that we're gonna have bail posted and hopefully not get thrown in jail if we can just explain ourselves.
Can I lean over and whisper something to him that I do not want the rest of everyone in the room to hear,
Yeah.
except for killing the two on the phone?
Yeah. I guess send it to him DM.
No, like in character. I just want to make sure no one in the office building hears anything.
Yeah, nobody's gonna hear anything.
And just lean over to him and is like, hey, I don't think that we want a trial. Because if the trial did not have identification on him, what the fuck are we gonna say?
That's a good point. Yeah.
So maybe you two should come up with a plan of breaking a window on the 5th floor so that we can jump out and you can catch us. I don't know, maybe we transform midair. I'm just working on stuff. I'd rather not go through the front lobby. And we tried to transform just now and it didn't work.
Yeah, that. We can't transform in here.
I don't know what would be causing that, but if the guards are all wearing Henshin style suits, they probably know what the Henshin are and have found ways to deal with it.
The guards that
For all we know, they met Locke.
So the guards that you guys can see patrolling up and down the cubicles all look like Lumberg from Office Space.
Nah. Like, I imagine that we can't tell which way is north, south, east, or west.
No, like
inside here.
You look like you can see windows, but they look like miles away, like in any direction you look.
It's like, hey, you keep making a plan. I think I'm gonna see if I can get to a window and just like gently tap on it. Maybe they can see that, but I'll be back in a second. Hey, I'm just gonna try and casually stand up and see if anyone stops me. Is there a water cup on my desk? I can just pick that up and be like, I'm definitely heading to the water cooler.
There is a Void Ink mug on the desk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick that up and start casually trying to make my way towards a window, just to see if there is actually real distance in here.
So you start heading, northeast, south.
Closest one, doesn't matter.
I mean, they're all, no matter where you look, it all looks equidistant. Like it looks like miles.
Yeah.
Away. So, you just start heading in direction. You're heading towards the windows, and as you're walking, it looks like the windows are getting further away, but something is getting closer to you. So like the windows are stretching out, and like the cubicles are stretching out. But as you're walking, it looks like a coffee station is getting closer and closer to you. So there's like a coffee pot brewing what looks like tar. There's Cliff bars, bananas, Nyolotep crunch.
Can I still see where I came from?
Yeah, it doesn't look like you've walked very far away from it at all. Like it looks like you've walked a few cubicle bays away.
Can I see stairs? Like
no,
a
but you do
stairwell or
see
something.
there are 2 bathrooms, men slash symbols you can't make out, women slash symbols you can't make out.
The 4 genders.
Rude that they grouped them all together. I mean, I'll check that out too.
Hey, grab me one of those Nyarlathotep crunch bars.
I'm gonna leave my mug on this counter and not grab that because I'm heading to the bathroom. And that'd be weird to bring food into the bathroom.
Inside the bathroom looks like a normal bathroom. For some odd reason,
No windows or nothing?
No windows. Typical like corporate bathroom, mirrors, sink bay, a couple stalls, a couple urinals.
Mhm.
For some odd reason, a baby changing station.
Dads bring their kids to work too. I'm gonna sit in a cubicle and then just say Henshin. See if there's something about the other room. Just
Nope.
check it.
You can tell from trying to transform that it's not like the cubicle or like the room, it's the floor. Like something on the floor is dampening the transformation.
The camera crew's not allowed on this floor. They're trying to get in. They're being let out. Yeah, alright. This is gonna get weird. Okay. Walk back out. I will grab one of those bars. Some water, not coffee if I can, in the mug, and then sit
Yeah,
back
there's
down.
like a little like pitcher of water, ice water.
Alright. Alright, we need a new plan.
Is there any way they can bail you out today?
Oh yeah, you guys could go to Void Inc. and bail them out. Just like
Do we have enough?
You might have to find a Void Inc. bonded bails bondsman or something.
I mean, this is not my phone call, so it feels weird to just take it, but be like, I'm gonna call you guys in a second and maybe just give you some card information. You guys gotta promise you will forget.
Zarka's mind is like a trap. She doesn't forget anything.
Raz doesn't know that. Nor is that really the point.
I have your change, by the way. We had to use some of it for the phone call.
Cool.
I use my
Something
own
tells me.
change.
Okay, never mind, sir.
Something tells me that's not going to be enough for bail. How about you talk to them about the amount, but like, we're just going to grab the phone at this point from Killian. He's not saying anything. All right, I think you can do this without a card. You go to the right ATM and it just asks for card information. I need you guys to not freak out when you open it. Like, I really need you to not.
Well, freaking out.
Okay.
So,
And I will just read off to them the information, and Zarka apparently will remember it forever. And be like, this could end poorly, but you know what? Consequences don't have any meaning at this point. At least not the money ones.
I was going to write it down. I have like this little pink notebook from Claire's that's got like a sparkly pen with the puff all on it. But then, sorry, it seems to have it, so I don't write it. But you all know that now my notebook is got sequins or something on it, and the pen.
So taking out my own ID, is there anything different about it other than just being like a standard state issue ID?
Nope, it just looks like your typical ID. Like it looks like your typical like driver's license.
What are the dates on it? What are the dates on mine?
Good question, ain't it?
Pull it out and take a look. The dates, like looking at it, it looks like a normal like driver's license. So it says, Podunk, USA, date of birth, weight, height, but then the issue dates and the expiration date are like infinity signs.
Lillian, do you have a driver's license?
Killian is not smart enough to actually carry his wallet on him. It would probably be in his bag, so if he has his bag, then maybe.
I mean, you spawned in with your backpack and skateboard.
That is true.
Strike.
So I just rolled for it. It's a 7. I'm going to say he probably dropped it in the ensuing fight.
Our date
So-
of birth is. Sorry.
I was going to say, so if you find it in the mall,
Guess we can try looking for it, or I'll just counterfeit one.
Also, our date of birth is our actual date of birth, so a point in the future.
Mm.
It's not clear to me the rules of what people notice or don't notice at this point, so I'm a little
I don't know.
eh.
This is a new thing, so I could not tell you.
Well, go ask him how much bail is, and then withdraw that amount, and I'll have to go figure out how to change my PIN before the internet.
Before the-
I'm just looking at my ID and I'm like, the height is wrong and the weight is wrong. This isn't me. It's Ellie. It's just she's
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't use
well,
scientific instrument to measure your exact height and weight.
well, they got
See
it
if we
wrong
can-
here.
Oh, the void knows all. The void is never wrong.
But
We'll
I'm
see if we can contact them then.
not that short.
Do you really want to go to Void Inc. DMV to argue?
I guess not. I thought I wasn't that short. They got it wrong.
Perhaps it's the height of your soul.
Yeah. Guess we'll hang up and go look for Killian's ID.
Mm.
Yeah. I think the fight was over there by the shoulder pad T-shirt with the
Pad
that
T-shirt.
Yeah, so in front
Horrible.
of shoulder pads is Killian's ID, just like Killian's wallet, just laying like people just walking past it like there's not a wallet there.
Did he drop
There we
anything else?
go.
Was there anything else that he dropped that we can grab or?
No, just his wallet.
Just the wallet. It was in
Just
the
the most
front
important
pocket
thing.
that ended up open.
I think I'm gonna get Killian his shirt.
With shoulder pads?
Yeah.
listen, if you get me a shirt with shoulder pads, I'm going to need some cocaine to go with it.
Well, they don't sell that here.
If you give a mouse cocaine, it's gonna want
If you
some
give him-
padded shoulders.
Yeah.
Fine, I won't get him that shirt.
You can. He's not there to actually tell you not. You don't know
Yeah.
that he needs cocaine. You just do it.
Let's see.
We're not in that scene.
Okay, let's head to the office building.
Yeah. I hope they're okay.
Well, they're doing paperwork.
Poorly, I might add.
Yeah, so you pick up Killian a nice Diane Freese Georgetta boho top. It has, button down. It's like a pantsuit almost.
But for his upper body.
Well, he's always wearing
We-
shirts, so.
Then make our way to the Void Inc. building.
All right, so once you guys hit Void Inc., again, you enter the lobby, typical lobby. Receptionist just kind of standing there, or sitting there at the receptionist desk. Security guards doing their business. Suits going up and down floors. Coming up and down stairs, going to the elevator bay.
This time with a purpose, I'm gonna walk to the receptionist.
Yes. Welcome to Void Inc. Did you have an appointment?
I need to post bail for 2 friends.
Okay. Can I get their names, please?
Raz Dominic and Killian. I forgot Killian's last name.
Tierson.
Tierson?
Yep.
I was thinking I was gonna lie about my identity. I don't know. Anyways.
Yes. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to take that elevator bay right there to the 5th floor. And there you can post their bail, and they'll be released.
Okay, thank you. following directions. Wait, do you happen to know? Would you happen to know how much it would be, or do I need to talk to them upstairs first?
They'll have all that paperwork upstairs. I'm just the
Okay.
receptionist.
Thank you. Your nails look very nice.
And they just kind of turn back to the staring at the front entrance.
This went up.
Go to the elevator.
Yeah.
All right, so when you get into the elevator, you'll notice that there's like thousands of floors list. Like clearly you could look outside at this building and see that it's like a skyscraper with like maybe 100, 200 floors tops. But like looking at the elevator buttons, there are thousands of floors.
A lot of floors. So I look for the 5th floor.
So
it's all with numbers?
It's all numbers and letters. So there's like the D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, and then as it gets higher and higher, those D's turn into like R's. So like R1, R2.
So which
they just go through every letter of the alphabet.
Hit 5 for all of them. That could take a while.
So you definitely see a sign there that says D for dimension, R for realm.
I wasn't told between the two of them. Is there a section of it that's just the numbers?
Nope.
The F floor? Nope. All right.
Does it tell us where we are right now? What does it say for where we are right now?
It says you are in the lobby.
Lobby. Excellent.
There's no star next to like the floor level?
No.
Well, hit every 5. I don't know, I'm not in the scene.
So R5?
Let's hit them both, R5 and D5.
Okay.
See which one we end up at first.
All right.
Ellie will press the buttons just because she's let everybody else do the work, so she's going to do something.
The doors close. It doesn't feel like a normal elevator moving up and down. You kind of feel like almost like a compression. Kind of like it's like squeezing down and then it pops back up. And the door opens up to D5, and you can see rows and rows of cubicles. There's like a front desk, and then these rows and rows of cubicles behind bars with a couple security guards working at this desk.
Okay, they mentioned
way off the distance,
space,
a little
so
red jacket, just like a dot.
Do what?
I think it's this one.
I hope so.
We can just
you can ask
the elevator again after, and we'll ask this person at the front desk.
Why didn't they just put us to the right place like they did before?
I imagine the office building's a little more complex.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you approach, they again ask you for inmates' names, or I guess in this case detainees. You guys aren't inmates yet. Detainees' names. They run through the list of charges. Raz has assault on an officer. Killian has resisting arrest.
Cops too? If you punch a security guard, that would just be generally assault. They are not an officer.
If you want to argue that with Void Inc., you are more than welcome to do so after you are bailed out.
Sarka is just politely listening to these charges and waiting until they get to the point where they start talking about what bail would cost.
Killian's got improper identification, not having identification.
So this is the alternate future where the Henshin communists won, apparently.
Provides his ID. Says he dropped it.
Well, I mean, those charges, if you want those charges dropped, he's going to have to take that up with the judge. Here is the list of bail. Bail comes out to like $150 total for both of you guys. And the court, there is a court date set for later in the next week.
I just take the cash that I have and pay for it.
So after Ellie pays her bail, you guys feel kind of like a pulling, and then pop, you're in that lobby with Zarka and Ellie.
I
Oh,
think the
breakout
first
needed.
thing I do is just hug Zarka and Ellie, be like, "Thank the gods."
Not the guy that bravely went into the belly of the beast with you? Fine. I can tell. I can tell.
Don't worry, bro. I got a hug for you too.
I like to imagine when he's pulled there, there's just like an empty, like he's made an empty hand shape. It's like where he had the mug and it's just not there. And he's like, huh.
Oh, I wanted that near Lethartip crunchy bar.
You don't want to know what was in that.
I really don't.
You're a braver man than I am.
We've,
You
we've
do meet like
invested-
your Scooby-Doo character, so.
I had to.
I'm gonna count this as an investigation into the building, at least a preliminary one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys do have access to the elevator now. You can check out whatever floor you want.
Oh. Well, we want to use this
I'm gonna
chance to do
suggest
that,
we
or?
go home.
Yeah. I don't want you to end up here again for some other trumped up charge.
That's fair. That's a tricky prison to escape.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just get the hell out of here.
Oh,
Raz is
oh,
basing
Raz,
his entire judgment on that. Oh, sorry.
I didn't spend all your money, Raz. I've got your change.
I kind of expected. Honestly, I'm surprised that it didn't take more. Bell must
Yeah,
be way cheaper in the 80s. Wow.
It's like $150 to get you both out.
All right. I have to imagine
by
having
the-
this conversation if we leave to the lobby.
Yeah, so like, are we in the lobby?
Elevator.
I mean, you're in the lobby of the 5th floor still.
Okay, I'm gonna wait until we get to the lobby of the first floor, like the lobby.
Yeah, take the elevator back to the lobby.
Yeah, so
And the
you
way it's
guys-
like, hey, so you wouldn't have to know how to change your PIN number in an ATM, would you?
Who are you asking?
The other three in the room, in the elevator with me?
Oh, because you don't want us to know your PIN number, and Ellie gives you the complete wrong PIN number.
I know what my own PIN number is.
Well, that's the one you gave me, isn't it?
How a character? Are you trying to gaslight him? What is the goal here? He's like, no, it's not.
No, she just forgot it.
Oh, okay.
That's like gatekeep girl boss.
It's like, I don't know what the goal is here. It's like, but I know my own PIN.
No, she just forgot it. That's all.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's not at all what I said. Gives Zarka a little bit of a look, but doorbell dings and we're there, I assume.
Just to point out that bail in the 80s could be anywhere from $25 to about $1,000.
Oh, wow.
As I point out, Raz has very little actual frame of reference. Everything that he's thinking of are from the few movies he has seen and exaggerated stories his family has told him of things.
To answer your question, I don't know how to do it from an ATM. I've only ever had to seen it done or do it bank.
Oh, that's gonna get weird and interesting.
So I want to tell
Anyways.
you something that I've never told anybody before. I am
Yeah.
terrible at banking with like money and bank cards and checks and the little overdraft fees. I'm just terrible with it. So my parents just don't let me have
Interesting. Interesting.
I
Makes
never
sense for somebody who wants to be a politician.
Oh, ooh. I was gonna say it doesn't make sense. You're so good at everything, including math.
I don't
Don't
know
tell
that-
anybody I'm bad at the whole money and knowing how much stuff costs.
I don't want to know
I wouldn't
how
dream of it.
economics is going to affect the country.
I don't think it could be
Well,
much
look at-
worse than others.
Look at what politicians are doing now. They know nothing.
Also, currently in the time period of the 80s, I don't know that they were
Yeah.
exactly doing the right thing.
Well, it would've been what, Reaganomics in the 80s?
Yeah, exactly. I imagine we make it to the lobby and just...
Yeah, so as you guys are hitting the lobby, you're heading towards the door to exit. You will notice yourselves walking past you, basically, like walking back into the elevator bay.
So real quick, while they're doing that, I am quick, just running my hand down the elevator board, hitting as many of the buttons as I can before running to catch up with the group.
Yeah, so because you lingered a little bit, you definitely notice a little bit more here. You guys would have noticed yourselves walking back in, all in like business suits, like you were going to work, you know. But Killian, you would have noticed definitely, like looking at them, that they definitely look a little bit older, and they look kind of like displaced from time as well.
Raz doesn't have his excellent beard because he's clean shaven to be a businessman. He's like, ah.
No, Raz
Shame.
has that like business beard, that like.
Almost too well trimmed.
Yeah, like Raz is making. Raz
Shortish.
is like wheeling and dealing. He's like a C-level.
Does Ellie
I
have like?
somehow hate that more. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, you go.
I said, does Ellie have like a briefcase?
You all have briefcases. Like it's like a standard issue for Void Inc. Everybody gets issued a briefcase. What's in the briefcase? Maybe we'll find out.
Next time on Henshin-A-Go-Go.
No, really, that's where we're gonna end it. As you guys are leaving, you guys see like older versions of yourself walking into the building.
Wait, does Killian have the cool shirt that I got him?
Yes, Killian is dressed in a very nice 1980s women's power suit. Absolutely huge shoulder pads.
They can
And
make him wear a
free
shirt,
heels.
but not the right one.
You know, this will show my age too. If you've ever seen the movie, was it Working Girl from the 80s?
Yes,
That's exactly the kind of like power suit that Killian is wearing.
absolutely.
Powerful, honestly.
Listen, I feel like a girl boss, okay?
Like if you look at yourselves as they're walking in, they all look like they're upper level, like either C level or at least upper level management types. Like it looks like they've definitely put in some years climbing the ranks of Void Inc.
But wait, is my age aligned with my plan of like domination, or do I seem like a
There's no way.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Like it's definitely a version of yourself, but it doesn't necessarily look like the version or the plan that you.
Okay, this is unacceptable. That timeline is not right. It's completely wrong.
Doesn't even look like me, I promise. I think Raz is just going to deny every version of himself he finds. That's not me.
Yep. But with that, we're going to leave it. We are going to call it for the night. We will be back in September. So yeah, we will be back September.
August. No, this is August, so September, yes.
Well, no, 4 weeks from now is still, I think, August, isn't it?
Is it?
So look, we're not actually in the game, so we don't
don't
have
get-
to play with the time dilation stuff right now.
We have to deal with time in the proper order. Ugh.
4 weeks is still August 30th. So
Yeah. August 30th is what it looks like 4 weeks from now.
Let me double check something real quick because I may not be here.
We can do this off stream.
That is true. We can do this off stream.
We'll figure it out.
Coming in, hanging out with us here at Singularity for Henshin-A-Go-Go. I will go ahead and let my players give their outros. We will start reverse overlay order. So we will start with Raz or Tate, our red Henshin.
Oh, hey. Well, hello, Twitch. My name is Tate Washburn. You can find me on Twitter. It is still Twitter. Fight me. Tate the Terrific _ between it. You can find me at Tate the Terrific _ or not and various places if I want to be found there. Mostly you will find me at Neon Lights Roleplay, at Neon Lights Rplay on Twitter or Neon Lights Roleplay on Blue Sky, because we just got on there, which is excellent. Where I am running a monthly game that is just the Monday before this one, I should say an every 4 week game. This is the Monday before this one, of Cyberpunk Red, Neon Afterglow, where we revisit our original campaign. I am also in The World Within You. That will be 2 weeks from now. You can go look at our various Twitters and Discords and stuff for that, but you should really follow the Neon Lights roleplay Discord where we meme and have a good time. And that's all I got.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn. Hey, everybody, my name's Alan. You'll see me back here on Tuesday with our very own Meg Mysteria for Camp Runner's Cross, where I play Kenny, the lovable teddy bear. After that, I will be back here to run Fractures of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, a City of Mist story. That's Saturday or Sunday. I don't have my calendar in front of me right now. Then I'll be 13. Thank you. And then, back to our regularly scheduled stuffs. It's going to be awesome. Got a new game currently in the works, working on a whole entirely new system. So hopefully I'll be able to start doing some announcements on that. And that's it for me. So, Janie?
I'm really bad at this part. I'm in games. I have games coming up. I am just being awkward right now, so I don't like that.
We'll workshop the outro. We'll workshop it. Don't worry.
Okay, then I will take that as moving over to me. Hello, everybody. I am Meg or Meg Mysteria. I got to play Zarka Dubois tonight, our practical Green Ranger who knows too much about what's going on and not enough at the same time. As for where you can find me next, like Alan said, you'll catch me on this Tuesday, so the 8th, for our next installment of Camper's Cross, and then the 9th, the Wednesday after that, I'll be over on Neon Lights for our next installment of By His Shadowed Peace, a Warhammer mystery campaign. Then after that, next up will be Last Transmission, and once again over on Neon's Light on the, I'm looking at my calendar, the 17th, which is my Death in Space gritty sci-fi horror campaign. And then, of course, we come back around the 20th for Breaking Neon. And we continue with our... Well, I'm not going to say I got somebody kidnapped. I don't think I got somebody kidnapped. But somebody was kidnapped. And I was there to witness it. We're going to find out what happened to them. So with that, speaking that, let's throw it back over to our Henshin Master.
Hey everybody, I am Fail Prime, the Henshin Master. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us here at Singularity. Coming up, as has been mentioned, we've got Speakeasy Conspiracy coming up this Saturday, followed by Camp Runner's Cross on Tuesday. And then we will have Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse that following Sunday, and then Autumn on Monday the 14th. Aside from that, we should, it looks like, have a game of Henshin coming back up on the 30th of August. I will double check some stuff because I will actually be in Florida, but I will make sure we get the show up and going from there. Aside from that, let's double check. Who do we have to throw a raid to? Is Neon Lights live?
Nope.
Ooh. Well, let's see if we can find somebody.
Let's see who we can find.
So everybody, we're going to go ahead and throw a raid over to Singularity Roleplay if you want to stick around.
I think Long Lost Lore, if you follow them, is on, as well as Goodman Games.
Dark Tales is also on.
McStabber Studios.
Not sure what I'm looking at here for
Like
Long
that.
Lost Lore. So we'll go ahead and we'll take the risk and throw a raid over to Long Lost Lore. So if you want to stick around for that, we will go ahead and get that going. Again, thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with us, and we will see you very soon.
Bye-bye.